welcome to Sports Talk Live with me, Grootboom. I hope you enjoy this week's interview. Now, today's guests are the Penryn's first team boys hockey coach and the captain, Ethan Scorgie. The first team coach being Mr. Mike Doumanis. Welcome to the show, gents, and thank you for your time. How are you doing? Starting with you, Mr. Doumanis.
All good, thanks. Just a bit chilly here in Alsbro today, but all good. Looking forward to the holidays.
Yeah. How about you, Mr. Scorgie?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, just very, very cold at the moment, but yeah, also very forward to the holidays.
Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. All right, gents, thank you so much for your time, and I hope we have a lovely interview. I just want to find out from your side, how have you been coping with the lockdown and what has kept you motivated during this time? Ethan, let's start with you.
Coping with the lockdown, I think obviously just friends and family. Obviously it's hard to stay fit, hard to stay active, but have to try and do your part where you can. But yeah, also looking forward to the holidays, also keeping it going.
Yeah. Now tell me, Ethan, I mean, during this lockdown, you say it's been hard to exercise and stuff. You've had ample time. Is it you sleeping late, or is it hard because you've got a lot of work to do, or you're not motivated?
It's a bit of everything, but yeah, it's just very, very difficult to stay motivated when it's so cold. It's way easier to stay inside and stay in bed and keep warm than to go outside and start exercising.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Doumanis, on your side, how have you sort of survived the lockdown, and what has kept you motivated during that time?
Well, it's been difficult to stay motivated, but just being busy has kept me motivated. Basically, with the lockdown, the work's been doubled. Trying to have lessons online and prepping for the next day, and also trying to figure out all the new technology we've been exposed to. So when we were giving lessons, it was tough, but also trying to come up with new ways of teaching. That's also been quite challenging. So we've been too busy to not be motivated.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just glad that both of you are alive and well. And yeah, it is uncertain times, but yeah, we look forward to the future. Now, the point of this interview, I just want to touch base on the hockey part of things. Ethan, with you, I just want to find out, when did the love for hockey start for you? Can you still remember when you started loving hockey?
From a very young age. I mean, unfortunately, starting at Uplands in the very junior primary, starting in grade 2, grade 3, playing hockey, even playing with my brother in the backyard and playing with friends, and yeah, just using it as a hobby, and then it became a sport at school.
Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. Mr. Doumanis, I know you also, I mean, in school you would have loved to play hockey, but when did your love for hockey start? When did you develop that love for hockey?
Well, I actually didn't play hockey at school. I only started at university. I'd broken my leg on the soccer field. I used to be a goalkeeper, and at varsity, all my friends played hockey. I always used to go watch them play. And after my leg healed, one of the guys for one of the team needed a keeper the one day, so I thought, okay, it can't be much more difficult than playing soccer. And I played it, and that's where the love for the game actually got hold of me there. It's been about 20 years now that I've been involved in hockey, coaching, playing, and still love it.
Now, one of the things that everyone looks forward to in the calendar year is the Uplands Derby. And now, of course, we were not fortunate enough to play the Derby this year. How did you take the news of not being able to play the Derby? Let me just start with you, Ethan.
Obviously, it's a big loss. It's something that everyone looks forward to, and something that you look forward to your whole high school hockey career, obviously. But Yeah, I have played my fair share of derbies, but it's still a very big loss. Not for myself, but even the newcomers in the first team, the coaches, everyone. I mean, it's just yeah, it's a very big thing to lose.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you receive the news? Were you, of course, upset, or what? How did you handle that?
I mean, there was always hope to have a derby later in the year, or for it to be postponed and cancelled. And I mean, I think there is still a little bit of hope for a game later, maybe in November.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you have to stay positive and
Yes.
just hope for whatever you can get.
Okay, Mr. Doumanis, on your side, how did you take the news? Were you sort of, did you have a good team? And that team would they have done well against Uplands, or just your thoughts there?
Yes, I think we've been building up for the last 3 years, especially with Ethan, Jason, Korportso been playing first team for the last 3 years. I really feel this was our year to beat them. It would have been a tough game. Yes, I'm disappointed for the players. They've been waiting for this for a long time. I think they'll probably be more disappointed than what I am. But I am maybe a little bit optimistic, just like Ethan said. Maybe we can organize a game in November. Maybe the guys can come back next year and play a game. Just to give them that opportunity. I hope we can really work something out for them.
Now, looking at your team, Coach, do you think this season would have been a good season for you? Because I know you started off, you've played the one match against Bridge, and it was a convincing win. And I know, entered the boys' team into one of the festivals. Yeah. How did you think you would have achieved good results this year? Were there any good signs?
Yes. Like I said, we've been building up this team for a few years now. Yeah, we have a good side on paper. A lot of matrics in the side. I think we got about 7. So yes, we started off very well with that preseason where we had good results against NHS and a couple of other schools. So everything was looking promising. The game against Bridge was also very good. I don't think we've conceded any goals, which is also very promising. So I think we would have built on that, and I think we would have had a great season.
Ethan, do you feel the same way?
I'm not sure I understand.
Yes, I do. I think on paper we have a very good team, and we actually started gelling well in the preseason, the build up to the season, and even just getting ready for the season, just the trials, the season, the term 1 building up to this season. It was just everything was looking very promising, and our first derby against Bridge, I think just got everyone very, very keen and excited for a good matric season, especially for the 7 matrics. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Doumanis, now I just want to find out from your side, what does it feel like to coach the first team? What positives and what challenges do you face as a coach when you're coaching the first team? Just turn your mic on there, sir. I think it's still a bit off.
Guys, obviously there's a lot of pressure when coaching a first team. You've got some difficult decisions to make. The pool of talent we have at Penryn is quite big, and it leads to a lot of disappointment sometimes. Guys not getting to play, sometimes guys not getting any game time, so that's quite challenging. But it is a privilege to coach at a school like Penryn, and especially the first team, where there's a legacy of good hockey. We've got quite a number of players that once they leave school are part of the senior provincial side. If you look at the current provincial team, I think we've probably got about 5 or 6 provincial players in there. So that it's important to build on that history. And there is a lot of pressure not to let the alumni down and to keep producing good hockey players. Some of the challenges, because we're a small school, we sort of have to share players with other sports. Other schools might have maybe 4 practices a week, where we have to do with 2 practices a week, and sometimes not everybody's there. So I'd say that's probably the biggest challenge.
Okay. Ethan, on your side, I know you were voted as captain for 2020. What challenges do you face as a captain? I know it's been a match. I mean, you've played in other festivals, so you would have had your fair share of captaining the side. What challenges do you face as a captain and as a player, and what positives can you take from that?
I think learning to be a lot more disciplined on the field, a lot more like cool-headed when it comes to difficult and tough decisions. I think my past track record at Penryn wasn't the best with cards and discipline and all that. So, and you can't afford that as a captain on the field. You have to show, you have to be an example.
Yes.
So I think that's one positive in my game, and it's taught me how to be a lot more controlled in my game, and a lot more at ease on the field, and trying to help and be an example to the rest of the team, rather than just play for myself and more discipline.
That's good to hear, Ethan. I just want to now find out, in terms of say the team is not doing well. Yes, you've had a convincing victory against Heronbridge. Say the team is a goal down, and folks are down. How do you motivate the team, and what do you do or say just to get the boys motivated, Ethan?
Well, that normally comes in the moment, but we've had a lot of games where we've been a goal down. I mean, always from grade 8. This specific team, we've been multiple games, we've been a goal down, and it's just remembering those times and remembering how we have come back. It's good to keep in the back of your head and knowing that it's not over until the last minute.
Mr. Doumanis, what leadership qualities did you actually see in Ethan? Can you share that with us, please?
Well, he's not short of confidence. He's a very confident young man, and I think that rubs off the rest of the team. And he's a team player. I remember incident, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, where some discipline got him into trouble. He was suspended for a match. And instead of just staying at home, he actually went with us to Rob, and he sat on the bench where he was basically a water boy, and just motivated the team. And that showed a lot of character. I don't know if he did it to get out of school, but at least he was there and supporting the team.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. Now, Ethan, I just want to share something with you here. I remember in 2017, you were part of the under-15 cricket team, and you had a special season. Now we're moving from hockey to a bit of cricket, and your leadership role. You were the captain of that under-15 team. Now, if you remember, you led the team to second place only by run rate. Second place in the whole of Mpumalanga. Can you still remember that season, and can you just share what that season meant to you as a captain, and what leadership sort of role did you play in ensuring that the team does so well?
Oh yeah, so I remember every game of that season. That was one of our greatest cricket seasons in Penryn. That was, if I'm correct, that was Penryn's first year in the Super League.
Yes.
And so we were setting a principle for the years to come, and we had a very good side there, and with our coach. So, and it was just a great season all around, and yeah, it did come down to going second with the run rate. Even though we beat the team that came first,
Yes.
it was very sad to only come second.
Yeah. Look, I must say, Ethan, during that season, your captaincy, if you remember correctly, I said one day you will be a leader. And I see Mr. Doumanis actually vouched for you as well, and your teammates believed in you. So well done on that. Okay. Mr. Doumanis, of course, you've had now your fair share of hockey sort of coaching at Penryn, and you've had your moments. And I'm sure there are two moments that, you know, are very memorable to you. Which two moments can you share with us?
Okay, one that really comes to mind is last year's away derby at Uplands. We didn't win the game, but it was a very good 2-2 draw after we were 1-0 up and then 2-1 down, came back to draw 2-2. Yeah, that game, it really stood out. And I wouldn't say any other moments. I've enjoyed seeing the team grow over the last 3 years. And it's quite sad for me to be losing a lot of players that I've really got to know and see develop and mature over these last couple of years. And there have been one or two other special moments. Having the Taylor brothers play their first game together for the first team, that was just another special moment to see sort of family being involved there. But yeah, that's it.
Ethan, can you share two of your most memorable moments when it comes to sport at Penryn?
I think one would definitely have to be when we won the under-16 Woodville PE section at school. Yeah, I was at Penryn. Just myself, Jason, and Porter were playing first team at the stage, but we dropped down. The first team was out of the league. We came down to 16s, and we helped them in the finals, or in the build up to the finals as well. And winning the finals there in 8 seconds. That was definitely one of my most memorable moments. Coach, Mr. Minty. Which are also not really another specific moments, just growing as a team, especially in the 3 years with Mr. Doumanis. First team, definitely good growth.
Okay, that's beautiful. Mr. Doumanis, now you and I play club hockey and cricket, respectively. Your involvement in club hockey, I just want to find out from you, you know, having a few boys playing for club, how important is club sport for our scholars? And how can you encourage Penryn players to join LVCC or any club for that matter?
I think it makes a big difference. You add so much more to your game. You learn to, if you could say, toughen up, where you're playing against adults. So also you learn from the players around you. I've played club hockey with Ethan, with Jason, with Porto as well, Jared Small. So quite a few of the guys that are coming through and playing first team, and just being around seniors sort of puts you in your place a bit as well. You learn a different type of discipline. You learn to listen a bit more. And I obviously believe playing more hockey is going to improve your skills and reading of the game as well. Especially playing at LCC, I encourage the hostel boys especially to join up. I mean, the Astro is right there on their doorstep, so it's a great opportunity for them to improve their hockey and make friends and make connections as well. It's also great for that.
Now, Ethan, tell me, are you involved in club hockey?
Yes, sir, I play alongside Mr. Doumanis. I play for LVCC. It was about last year when I got bumped up to the first team, and then Mr. Doumanis down in the second team.
Yeah. Now, tell me, Ethan, has now club hockey also added, a few more skills, or is it of any value to you? What does club hockey do?
I wouldn't just say it's a skill. I'd say playing with guys that have been playing the game for so many more years than you, it helps you increase your passion for the game and helps you increase your knowledge for the game and know how to read a game. It definitely helps the all-round game of hockey when you play with guys twice your size and that have been playing the games for so much longer than you.
Okay. Ethan, one question. In your years at Penryn, what is it that you enjoy most about Penryn Sport?
That's a tough one, sir. I'll just say how everyone is so united and how everyone just comes together and just enjoys when we play a game. How it's not too serious, but we know how to enjoy it and just increase the passion that we have for the game. Not only in game sports.
Mr. Doumanis, what is it that you enjoy about Penryn Sport?
The facilities. I mean, obviously having got into Astro a couple of years ago, it's great to be at a school at Astro and just a beautiful view at the school as well. And I'd like to say the camaraderie as well. The school really gets behind their sports teams and they do support each other. And the team spirit, that's something I've enjoyed this year, and the banter, it's been good. So definitely the team spirit, I've really enjoyed that.
Ethan, of course, you don't only play hockey, you play first team rugby, you play cricket as well. And I know you're a goalkeeper when it first team soccer. So you're quite an all-rounder. What other sports do you enjoy playing besides the ones that I've mentioned and watching? Share that with us, please.
I love playing any sports, just being on the field, just being with your friends, with your school friends, just playing any sport actually. I mean, the practices, the build-ups to the games, just playing the games, everything is just such a cool vibe. And watching sports, I don't watch as much hockey, but I'm a big fan of soccer. I love watching my soccer. Okay. And rugby, big passion for rugby.
Yeah. Okay. Ethan, one other question for you. Who's your role model and why?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Who is your role model and why?
That's a very tough one. I don't know. I don't really have a specific one. I kind of have one for each sport.
Okay.
Not really in general, though.
Okay. Mr. Doumanis, just a question for you. Looking at the year we've had, and of course, you've said you've got about 7 matrics that now haven't or weren't able to play derby and the rest of the season. Yes, we might still have fives hockey. We don't know what third and fourth term sort of has for us. But what message can you send to the current matrics in order for them to stay motivated and looking forward to the remainder of the year?
Well, that's also a tough one. It's pretty difficult to motivate, especially for some of the matrics that are really passionate about their sport, having missed out on so much. But just focus on your studies. That I suppose it's a good time to study since you aren't involved in any sport. I know earlier in the season, some of my players were complaining that there's too much sport. I think some of them are regretting making those comments. But maybe just focusing on the exams and getting the year over with, and hopefully we do get 1 or 2 games in. Who knows?
Ethan, as the captain, what message can you send to your teammates just to stay positive for the remainder of the year?
Yeah, like Sir said, I mean, it is a really good time to focus on your studies, but obviously we can always have hope for a couple of games later in the year. I would be very keen yeah.
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on the show. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Thank you for everything that you do for Penryn Sport, your positivity as well. And let's hope we can get in a game or two. But thank you so much for joining me on Sports Talk Live.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Grootboom. It was a pleasure.
All right. Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.